you're excessively self-aware, constantly thinking, oh my god, what does that person think of me after I interacted with them? Oh my god, I probably shouldn't have said that. They might think I'm weird or too much. Well, you're not the only one. A lot of people struggle with that, and I definitely got better. But if you relate to this and you want to stop being excessively self-aware and step into your most confident self, then you're in the right place. As someone who used to overthink every interaction, here's how you can get out of it as well. 3 years ago, I was so shy and self-conscious and hyper self-aware of how people would perceive me. So every interaction that I would have with teachers, classmates, strangers, even family members, I would constantly think, oh my god, how did they perceive me after the interaction? Was I appearing too self-conscious? Would they notice that I was overthinking everything that I would say? And I was stuck in this loop over and over again every single day with the interactions that I would have with people. And I would be like, oh my god, why am I so socially awkward? I'm so sick of this. Maybe I will never have friends. I will never be able to be part of a group. I will never be able to do networking events. I will never be able to talk to new strangers in this way. Because literally, if you don't believe me, it was so severe to the point that when I was talking to my classmates even, my voice would shake and they will be like, oh, can you repeat it again? Because I was constantly stumbling between words and I was overthinking so much of what they were thinking about me. If I was saying that phrase right, I would literally catch myself stopping in the middle of a conversation, in the middle of the phrase that I was trying to convey. And I remember that once I cried because of how nervous and shaky I was when I was doing a presentation in front of the whole class. And I was thinking that everyone was laughing at me secretly. If you tell my younger self that I would be speaking right now in front of the camera, the fact that I'm approaching strangers on the street, having conversations naturally, flowily with people, and being confident with my conversational skills, I would be shocked. The thing that made me overcome this hyper self-consciousness was realizing that I was judging myself. The more you're judging yourself, the more you're going to become self-conscious, and other people are going to sense that. And plus, it's going to influence how you talk, how you speak, and how you present yourself. And as a consequence, people are going to sense that. So you don't understand how much big of a role your self-talk plays in conversations, in interactions with people. You judging yourself is actually the real root cause that is making you feel so insecure and hesitant and awkward in interactions with others. And plus, when you're judging yourself, sometimes you tend to trick your mind into thinking that other people are also judging you as well, thinking about the same bad things that you're thinking about yourself right now while you're having a conversation with them. And guess what? It's going to become real. If you think that you are being awkward, if you think that you cannot maintain a conversation with other people, that you cannot talk naturally while being your authentic self with other people, with strangers, with new people, then it's going to become a reality and other people are going to think about that about you. So everything that you think about yourself, every judgment, the negative self-concept that you have is going to be portrayed externally and you're literally manifesting it to become your reality. If you don't break this cycle and pattern, then you're going to stay stuck forever. Like, don't fall into the trap like I did, into thinking, oh yeah, 2 years from now, when I'm going to become an adult, I'm going to magically become confident in my public speaking, in my conversational skills. No, until you consciously and intentionally try to change that, you are going to remain the same. Trust me, because I was able to change only when I started to take control of my life, of my self-talk, and started to realize that I needed to take responsibility for what is not working in my life and stop being like a victim. Because what I was essentially doing was waiting until I'm going to magically change, but it was just a protection mechanism so I could actually avoid the discomfort of what it takes to change. Because change is going to be difficult, it's going to be slow, and you're going to make various awkward mistakes inevitably. So one thing I want you to do is to write down all the thoughts, the negative things that you think about yourself while you are interacting with other people, and try to prove them wrong, because most of the times they are just thoughts, they're not reality. You're just being too harsh on yourself. If you tend to think like I used to, or the fact that other people are immediately sensing that you are a shy, awkward person and they don't want to have a conversation with you, which is causing you to immediately wanting to shrink yourself, hide yourself, being awkward in conversations with others, try to prove it wrong by saying that literally no one knows you. When you're interacting with a stranger, you can literally change personality. They're going to believe it. They're going to believe whatever first impression you're going to give them. And then try to replace that negative self-talk with a positive one. Say that even though you don't believe it, just say that you are a magnetic, confident person. The more you repeat that, the more you're going to rewire your brain into thinking and believing in that. The first time it's going to be awkward. It's going to feel like as if you're lying to yourself. But trust me, this is what I started to do, which led me to become the confident person that I am right now. And even if they judge you, because it's going to be possible that other people are going to judge you, have bad assumptions of you, you're going to find yourself slowly not caring about it. Because now your self-talk, the core belief of who you are, your self-concept, has upgraded into this much more positive and optimistic self-talk that no matter how much other people are going to judge you, you're not going to be shaken from it. Something that a lot of people talk about when it comes to self-judgment is this concept of spotlight effect, which leads to the second tip. If you want to master confidence in every social interaction that you have, you need to understand that you are the only one who cares about you. What I mean by that is that other people are not observing you and judging you as much as you think they are. A lot of times we tend to think that everyone's eyes are onto us, so that's why we tend to feel a little bit self-conscious, overthinking about whether they're judging you or not. Everyone doesn't care that much as you think about you, about the way you walk, about the way you talk, about what kind of outfit you're wearing. They might look at you, they may launch some judgment at you, but then after 1 minute, 1 second, they're going to forget about it. A lot of times, people are also self-conscious about themselves, thinking that all eyes are onto them, about whether their social skills were good when they were interacting with you. So really, no one cares. Nothing is that deep. Once you realize that you're the only one who's being too harsh and judgmental of yourself, and that you're putting all the spotlight on yourself where in reality it's not true, this is how you're going to stop overthinking every social interaction that you have. And obviously this is not going to be a linear journey. Sometimes I still catch myself overthinking some things that I said, how people would perceive me, but it has become rarer. Another very important thing when it comes to stepping into our most confident magnetic selves is to know how to validate ourselves and stop seeking validation from others. That's how we're going to get our power and control back to us. And if you lack self-validation, then watch this next. If not, then see you in the next one.